Minister Bobby Lawson from the Methodist Church. I'm not sure where. Madison, Bobby? Church in Madison. And Sister Lisa Poliga from the Sisters and Brothers of Immigrants. And they are not standing alone. They are going to speak on justice for immigration, seen through the eyes of compassion. And they stand together with many faith leaders who have come here tonight. CCA, go away. CCA, go away. And you know why the government, they spend millions, or maybe not millions, but hundreds of thousands of dollars lobbying. That's how come they get their, is it millions? Millions?
Yes.
I stand corrected.
If there are any other people who serve as leaders in churches or congregations, if you want to come up here and stand with us, we invite you to do that. It is our role tonight to call you to seek God in regards to undocumented immigrants, in regards to detention center. If you are a believer in God, if you call yourself a child of God, if you call yourself a disciple of Jesus, then we need to do this. You come here with a lot of questions, and a lot of very important questions that have to do with taxes and property values and economics and security and all of those things. But the most important question that you have to answer, that we're here to tell you, is how does God want us to treat the undocumented immigrants in our midst? He's not just a fringe concern. He's not just an afterthought. And if we are people of God, we know that. He ought to be the person that we seek all the time, first and foremost, because he has something to say about it. He's at the heart of this. And he has something to say about it, and we need to hear it. One of the things that you've got to understand about these undocumented immigrants, sometimes they're referred to as illegal aliens, sometimes they're referred to as undocumented immigrants, but what you need to understand about them is most of them who are here in this country came here not because they wanted to. They didn't come here because they wanted to break laws. They didn't come here because they wanted to sap the welfare system, all that other kind of stuff. They came here because there was no life for them in their own countries. They could not feed their kids who were hungry. There were no jobs for them to feed their kids with. There was not safety for their children. There was not safety for their families. And they came here because this is where hope was. This was their only option. If we were to be honest, we would acknowledge that if we were in the same shoes that they were in, and our kids were starving, they were coming up to us saying, Daddy, Mommy, I'm hungry. Where's the food? We got no food for them. We've got no job to get money to get food. Or there's not safety, and we tried to apply for citizenship or tried to apply for a work visa, and we got denied that. Maybe in 10 years you'll get one. But our kids are hungry today. If we were honest, we would say we would do the very same thing they did. We would cross the border illegally without papers so that we could feed our kids. We would do almost anything we could for our families. Most of the people who come here are those kind of people. Now, this facility is being billed as medium level security, as a place that's going to house undocumented immigrants who committed crimes. ICE's own records will tell you that the programs they use to do this, the majority of the people they deport have committed no crimes in this country other than be here without papers. You may hear that they commit felonies. They're one of the greatest felons, group of felons in this country. It's because it is now a felony to cross the borders without papers. They've made that a felony. And so that inflates that number. They're here simply to provide for the families, the majority of them. Over 50% of the people who've been deported and detained by ICE never committed a crime in this country, nationwide. In the state of Illinois, that percentage is over 80%. If, as has been purported, ICE has this goal of reporting 400,000 people a year, undocumented immigrants. So in all reality, if this center gets built here in Crete, you'll have some people who will be there because they committed crimes. But the majority of the people who will end up being there will be people who committed no crimes in this nation, and all they're here doing is working hard, trying to make a living and trying to provide for a family, just like you and I do. One of the things that we have to ask ourselves is, how does God want us to treat these people? Paying them? Support them? Is He wanting us to break up their families? Separating husbands and wives? Separating mothers and fathers from sons and daughters? Separating brothers and sisters? Is that what God wants us to do? Or does He want us to look for another answer? What I'd like to do is share with you one text from the Bible.